Hello everyone, I hope you're doing great. This is the summary video for the class we had today, November the 17th. Remember that these videos are especially for those of you who couldn't attend the lessons or that have problems with internet connection, so you can see this video later. This is our second lesson of the unit called Health and Modern Life. And by seeing this PowerPoint, what do you think are we going to talk about today? Can you guess? That's right, we're going to talk about food. And we have this special guest today. Yes, we are talking about food. What we did today was first we talked about the English word of the day, then we played a game to know how much do you know about healthy habits. Then we talk about some types of balanced diets. Then we have some time to ask questions and answer some questions. And finally, I talk about my personal recommendations for you to do after class. The lesson objective today was to recognize different types of balanced diet and to identify main ideas in a video. So we are going to watch a video today. It's really important that you learn how to recognize these different types of diets because nowadays people have many different types of diets. So here you will learn about 3 of them. The first part of the class is the English word of the day. And the English word of the day today is to be, to look, or to feel under the weather. This is an idiom, and as you can probably remember, an idiom is something that doesn't have the literal meaning of the words. So here we had a dialogue with Professor Marcos, and here it goes. Are you okay? You look a bit under the weather. You're right. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Why? What happened? I have some sore throat and I think I have fever. I'm so sorry. I noticed you were not feeling all right. I hope you feel better soon. Yes, me too. Thanks. There's a misspelling here. It's supposed to say soon with 2 O's, just in case. So as you can see here, this person is feeling under the weather. He's not feeling very well. He has some sore throat, fever. So what do you think under the weather means? To stand under the rain? To feel unwell? Or to be in perfect health? What do you think it means? If you said letter B, then you're right. To feel under the weather, it means to feel unwell, not to be very well. And in this case, I recommend you to use this website called Youglish. And in this website, you can write any word and you can see how to pronounce or how to use this word in different contexts. For example, you can write under the weather and you can choose the type of accent you want to hear. The US, UK, Australian. So you look for the word and you will see different videos that use this word.
You want to say, you look a little bit under the weather. Are you unwell? Are you feeling okay? The next one is another negative one. It is to take a turn for the...
Or you can...
My parents, and I'm sure your parents gave to you when you were sick. Yep. And when you were under the weather and like, you know, you're out on the soccer field or...
You can continue...
Or kind of gotten over the flu, so I'm definitely under the weather right now. I'm sorry about that. There are advantages and disadvantages to that.
So I highly recommend you to check on this website and you can listen to many words as you want to hear. And you can see how to use them in real contexts. Now let's go back to the class. The second part of our lesson was to play a game, and I wanted to know how much do you know about healthy habits. In this game, you had to choose a number and tell me the right answer. For example, let's choose number 9. Which food group makes our teeth and bones strong and healthy? What do you think? Some said lácteos, and that is dairy. So if you said dairy, very good. Let's see another one, 16. Is he full of energy? Yes or no? What do you think? No, he fell asleep at his computer. Let's see another one. Which activity uses less energy? Reading a book or washing the car? Less energy, less. What do you think? Reading a book uses less energy. And the last one, how much sleep does your body need each night? Can you think of the right answer? If you said 8 hours, then you are all right. You know a lot about healthy habits. Then in the third part of the class, we talk about some types of balanced diets. We have omnivorous, vegetarian, vegan. So what do you know about these types of diets? What does omnivorous eat? What about vegetarians? What do they eat? And vegans? What do vegans eat? As you can see here, omnivores have many different types of food. Animal products like meat, fish are present. In the case of the vegetarian, they usually don't eat meat, but they do eat some animal products like milk, cheese, eggs. And in the case of vegan people, they don't eat anything that comes from animals. So that means that they only eat vegetables or seeds, and they take their vitamins from other types of food. Then we had a discussion. I wanted to know do you have any of the diets mentioned? Most of you are omnivorous, and only a few are vegetarian or vegan. In your opinion, which is the best diet to have? Omnivorous, vegetarian, or vegan? And why? Why do you think people choose their diet? There might be many reasons why people decide to become vegetarian or vegan. And did you know that 5% of the world population is vegetarian? That is like 375 million people approximately. What does this make you think? What do you think about this fact? Then we watched a video about a man who gives the reasons why he became a weekday vegetarian. Do you know what a weekday vegetarian is? If you don't know, let's find out by watching this video. So listen and pay attention to the reasons why he decided to become a weekday vegetarian. Let's listen.
About a year ago, I asked myself a question. Knowing what I know, why am I not a vegetarian? After all, I'm one of the green guys. I grew up with hippie parents in a log cabin. I started a site called Tree Hugger. I care about this stuff. I knew that eating a mere hamburger a day could increase my risk of dying by 1/3. Cruelty? I knew that the 10 billion animals we raise each year for meat are raised in factory farm conditions that we hypocritically wouldn't even consider for our own cats, dogs, and other pets. Environmentally, meat, amazingly, causes more emissions than all of transportation combined. Cars, trains, planes, buses, boats, all of it. And beef production uses 100 times the water that most vegetables do. I also knew that I'm not alone. We as a society are eating twice as much meat as we did in the 50s. So what was once the special little side treat now is the main and much more regular. So really, any of these angles should have been enough to convince me to go vegetarian. But there I was, tucking into a big old steak. So why was I stalling? I realized that what I was being pitched was a binary solution. It was either you're a meat eater or you're a vegetarian. And I guess I just wasn't quite ready. Imagine your last hamburger. So my common sense, my good intentions, were in conflict with my taste buds. And I'd commit to doing it later. And not surprisingly, later never came. Sound familiar? So I wondered, might there be a third solution? And I thought about it, and I came up with one, and I've been doing it for the last year, and it's great. It's called Weekday Veg. The name says it all. Nothing with a face, Monday to Friday. On the weekend, your choice. Simple. If you want to take it to the next level, remember that the major culprits in terms of environmental damage and health are red and processed meats. So you want to swap those out with some good sustainably harvested fish. It's structured so it ends up being simple to remember, and it's okay to break it here and there. After all, cutting 5 days a week is cutting 70% of your meat intake. The program has been great, Weekday Veg. My footprint's smaller, I'm lessening pollution, I feel better about the animals, I'm even saving money. Best of all, I'm healthier, I know that I'm going to live longer, and I've even lost a little weight. So please, ask yourselves, for your health, for your pocketbook, for the environment, for the animals, what's stopping you from giving Weekday Veg a shot? After all, if all of us ate half as much meat, it would be like half of us were vegetarians. Thank you.
All right. So what were the main reasons why he decided to become a weekday vegetarian? And by the way, what does weekday vegetarian means? What do you think that means? He says that from Monday to Friday, nothing with a face. During the weekend, up to you. So Monday to Friday, he would be vegetarian. And during the weekend, he would eat anything. So weekday vegetarian is something just during the week, during Monday to Friday. He became a vegetarian only from Monday to Friday. Now, what were the main reasons why he decided to become a vegetarian weekday? Can you think of any? He mentioned something about health. He mentioned something about animals. And he also mentioned something about gas emissions. So what were the three main reasons? So at the beginning, he said something about health, that the risk of dying of a coronary disease, something with his heart, will lessen if he didn't eat meat. In the case of cruelty, he mentioned that the mass production of meat has different types of treatment to the animals that sometimes we wouldn't even think for our own pets. And in the case of the environment, he mentioned something about gas emissions, that the meat industry is the responsible of provoking even more emissions than all the means of transportation. That is cars, buses, boats, airplanes. So these are the three main reasons why he decided to become a weekday veg. Would you even think about doing something like this? Do you think it's a good idea to become a weekday veg? So let me know, what do you think? Finally, we had some time to ask questions, and some of you were asking about the handout number 12 that you couldn't listen to the audio. So that's why I told you to watch the previous video that I did for this class, that it's in the tablón section of the classroom. And there you will find our last video with the audio and the transcript. Finally, these are some of the recommendations I wanted to give you. I highly recommend you to go to TED.com, and there you will find different talks or videos, explanatory videos about different topics. I recommend you to watch these videos, how the food you eat affects your brain, or how sugar affects the brain. These are very interesting videos that I really recommend you to watch it. And the good thing about this is that you can also see the transcript while you're watching. The video we watched, this one, is from TED.com, as you can see. So I really recommend you to watch these videos, to read the transcript so that you can improve your listening skills. Also, I wanted to recommend you this Netflix documentary that it's called What the Health. And it's a really interesting documentary that talks about health and modern life. Remember that for next class, you can bring your own recommendations. And that was all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll try to answer you as soon as I can. That's all for today, guys. Take care, be safe, wash your hands, wear a face mask, don't forget, and see you next week. Bye.